Hi ladies, it's Penny here. It's Saturday morning, it's not Friday night, but my body went AWOL on me. Absent without leave yesterday. I don't know what I was up with it. Right, this is just a little tutorial. I have a friend who does, she's got like a doll's house, a bit more at market, and she likes having little things for it and that. So I'd made her a couple of little pies for the kitchen that I'd seen on eBay. Now, the lady I saw was Maeve Ferdinand, I think her name was. I know there's a lot of like Japanese young ladies who do this sort of miniatures and that, but this one was Maeve, but she was very good. So, what we needed was the bottle tops. I do have them other ones that you buy, but they're not as deep as these. So normal bottle tops. You see, I don't think Arthur's been drinking all this. I think he's been round his mates as well collecting. So that's what we got for there. And I was just starting to do some more because I think Chloe wants a couple for her doll's house, and I thought, well, I might as well do a little tutorial while I'm about it. So as I say, the first thing was to get some clay. I mean, I always use Fema Soft only because of arthritis in my thumbs. You might prefer Primo or the other one, polymer clay. But as with all good bakes, put a bottom in that one. And that one's going to be my apple one, and this one I've started off, and this is my cherry one. I chopped up the red, just a normal red clay, and mixed it with Sculpey liquid and a little bit of colouring from my chalk box. But you could use what's these other things I've got? You could use your ink tent blocks or something like that, just to add a bit of colour, as if you've got like a nice juice going on in there. So we'll carry on with the apple one, if it works, because it's very warm in here. I've got the window wide open in front of me, and I've got a fan at my back. And if I sound a bit out of breath, it's because it's a bit warm. So I just rolled it out, and it's more or less the same colour as my pastry. This one I've just used white with some yellow. I can't remember what yellow it was. I was going to use this one, which is vanilla. It didn't seem to show up very much, so I've used just a slight bit of this darker one, which is lemon. So that bit's up to you, whatever you think your pastry's like. So this, we'll just, I think I'll use one of these. Just chop up your apple, your fruit, whatever you want it is. One I did for Jackie was more yellow in it, so it looked more like a cheese and onion pie. and another apple. So we'll carry on chopping these little pieces. I thought this might be a nice one for Fatima. She likes touchy-feely ones, and this is very much, you know, on touch, this type of little clay project to do. So be interested to see if she does one. So get enough to put in our pie. Let's have a little. No, we need some more, Penny. Don't be mean with the apple. And Arthur's just brought me in a cup of tea. Bless him. Just been to the shop. Right. So that's nearly about it. Might do just a couple more. Like that. And then I was going to show you, if you start mixing too much, it ends up a bit of a putty colour. You know, I was trying to add a little bit of brown to it and that, and it does end up a putty colour, so you've got to be careful what you're mixing, because you can always add colour after, as if you've got sugar on it, or you know what I mean, it's toasted brown in the oven. So I'll leave it that colour, and then I'll just put a bit of the liquid here like that, just like that. And normally mix, well, my apples anyway, I like to have a bit of like cinnamon, so I've got this like nice cinnamon colour going in, and maybe a little bit of a lighter one for sugar. There we go, put that bit in like that, and then you put all your bits in. Hope you can see this, and then I'm just going to chop them all up again in the mixture. Leave some of the yellow to show like that. You don't see much of it really in the pie, but that'll do. So we put this lot in the pie. It's a bit brown on the bottom, so I'm gonna turn it round a bit more of the apple shows on there, and I might just add a bit more. There it is, just on top there. I'm sorry my hand's in the way, ladies. There we go. That will do lovely. That will do lovely. So I'm going to wipe this before I touch anything else with it. There we go. Put that down. As you can see, they're all broke because I've dropped it on the floor sometime. Oh. And I'll just use a little bit of, drop that. It's just for using brown and that, and then you use like a white colour. Look, you can tell. I'll just drop the lid somewhere, so I suppose I can find that quickly. Oops, nope. So I'll put this up here so I don't inadvertently knock it. And I'll just get one wipe. Lovely smell of alcohol. I find that hard to get in the local chemists. I couldn't get acetone. Can't get rubbing. And this was Main Boots, the Big Boots chemist, and nothing doing. A little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol, and that wouldn't have lasted me a week, that one. So I have to go on the internet, I think, again. So where are we? It does take a bit to clean up and that, but it's better too. You don't want all different colours all over your thing. See, I've got a little bit of brown on there. Right, this other piece, I must still have it on my hand because I've still got brown coming out of me. I don't know why. A little bit won't matter. Whoops, I nearly spilt all that water then. Do you know, I did them for Jackie and everything went smoothly. And I thought, oh, this might be a good tutorial for me to do. It's not too stressful. And then when you start doing it, oh my God, what's this happening? Right, and I've lost my cutter. Did have a cutter here, and that's gone missing, you know me, if anything, there it is. Little round cutter, you don't have to, you could just put it on like that, in fact I will. Just put it on top like you would your own, and that's why you want a little bit of, so you can see the bumps under it, that look like pie, yeah. And then what I'm going to do is just cut a tiny, I'm sorry if you can't see this, ladies. I'm just going to cut a tiny sliver out of the top of the pie, like that, so you can see inside it. Okie dokie. Now the next thing we'll do, I'll throw that one away, and the next thing I'll do is just to make a little pattern around. I've got one of these sculpting tools, little rubber end, so it just looks like your thumbnail. So I'll just do a little, see, a hair or something. So it doesn't matter about a little bit of brown on top, because a normal pie you'd sprinkle it a bit with sugar and that, wouldn't you? So add a bit of extra, just because I'm going to add a little leaf, and it will be a little leaf, and a little, we need 3 of them, and those will be leaves, 3 little leaves. I think they're a bit big, and this will be a little rose in the middle. So I'm not sure if you can see this, ladies, sorry, I'm always forgetting. Here, there, that's your little rose in the middle, and I'll cut that down a bit. And for the leaves, it's just tiny, 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 tiny leaf, and I'll do the veins. This one's a bit big, I think. I'll cut a bit off that one, roll it a little bit, and then the leaves. That one's still a bit big, I think. I don't like that one. Let's do a different one. That's better. That's better. Well, the sun's come out now. It's been quite cloudy all morning, but it's come out now. And in another hour, it comes round to this window, and whoa, it gets hot. So that's my 3 leaves. I'll put a little bit of Sculpey in the liquid, oops, in the middle, like that, and get my knife, and you can see, I think, that tiny little rosebud there on the edge of my horrible fingers. Let's see. Oops. There it go, in the middle, right way up. I have to use a magnifying glass sometimes. Where's my leaf gone? Here it is. And especially if it's on the right, as you know. Right, there we go. On the left, I should say. There, just do a little turn in that. This is nice. I don't know if people still put leaves and ornamentation on their pies, but it was always a thing when I was baking. There we go. And can't believe it's the end of October soon. August. There. What does that look like? That's not bad, is it? Maybe it's a bit brown, but you could always call it a meat pie or anything else you want pie. Cinnamon pecan pie. That'd be good, wouldn't it? A pecan pie. So that's on like that. And then we'll put that to bake. Now this one I'm going to, this is my cherry pie. Very bright cherries in this one. And that's going to have a crisscross on it. So I'll just clean up my knife. And I'll just clean up my knife and roll this out. And knife. Can't find my blade. There it is. Right. Don't need that. So for the crisscross, I've just rolled out a piece, and I lean over because I have to get them a little bit similar anyway. I only want to, and then cut them in half. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try and do, that's a bit wide, that one. Let's see, there we go. Is it 4 I used? I can't remember if I used 4 or less now. You can always chop away if you make too many though, anyway. Oh, I hope all you ladies have had a nice summer up to now. Poor America suffering quite a lot. 1, 2, 3. I think I was only using 3 before. So what I'm going to do is, I did use 4, I think. Oh, what am I like? This might go in the bin, this tutorial yet. So I'm going to go over, if I can get it, over, under, put that closer together, over, under, under, over, under. Do you get what I mean? Oh, it's not turning out good, this, is it? So, next, it's half as full. Let's put something in that cup of tea. Under, over, under, over. Right, do it properly. You did Jackie's beautifully, and I do it properly. Right. That's coming, it's coming. Right. Under, over, under, no, you don't. Under, over. You can see the beginnings of it. It's not perfect. Over. You stay over there. Let me put that there. Down. There we go. Now if I could do 10 more, I'd get it perfect, wouldn't I? I've just pat that down a bit, and I'll cut off these excess, like that. Dad. Then we'll get the pie. Okay. Oh dear. I'm not a bit professional, am I? I can't help it. Luke, it's coming. It's nearly there. Thank God for that. I bet some of you turned off already. Yeah, that looks quite golden with that yellow in it. If you want a professional tutorial on this, don't come to me. Go to Maeve. Oh, I think it's Ferdinand the name. If you put mint